All right. Hello, my name is Bradley Hassey, and this is 5 Minutes or Less with the Homeschool Project Podcast. First of all, thanks for having me on. I am a husband, a father, a policeman, a storyteller, a weightlifter, and much more. I have 3 children, a 6-year-old son, and a 4-year-old and 2-year-old daughter, and we live in Indiana. Here are the questions that I received. If I were dropped off in the wilderness for 1 year, what 3 books would I bring with me and why? Number 1, I would bring my Bible because I'd have a whole lot of time to really dig in and meditate on God's Word. Number 2, I would bring a 11-volume series called The Story of Civilization. This might be stretching it a little bit, but I would find one book that had all 11 of these volumes in it, and it's basically the entire story of Western civilization. I love history, so I would take 1 year to really dive into that. And lastly, for some fiction, I would bring the Russian novel War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I've read some other of the Russian novels. They're big old, thick novels that would take me a long time to get through, and I get a lot out of it. Let's see here. Number 2, if I had all the necessities, what 3 personal items would I bring? Well, I would bring things that I enjoy and would really help me out. I would, number 1, buy the best mattress money could buy for a great night's sleep. Number 2, I would bring a dog. I hope that counts, but I bring a dog for companionship, for protection, to help me hunt, all that good stuff. And number 3, I would bring a set of barbell and weights because I love to train, especially Olympic weightlifting, and I would take that whole year and just dedicate myself to reading books, training, and doing stuff like that. Let's see, number 3, if I had the opportunity to have dinner with anyone, past or present, who would it be? I think this was the toughest question on here. Out of all the people that I would love to talk to, I just don't know, but I'm gonna pick the first man, Adam, because I have some questions for him about how things were in the beginning. I want to know what was what back then, so I'm gonna pick Adam. Number 4, if I could only watch one movie for the rest of my life, what would it be? Man, that almost sounds like a nightmare, but if I had to pick one movie, I think I would pick, I guess, Braveheart. It's a great movie for men, pulls on all the right strings. Maybe I'd watch it once a year, so I'm gonna go with Braveheart. Number 5, if I had no restrictions, what form of schooling would I follow? What came to mind was Alexander the Great, and his personal teacher was the great mind Aristotle. So what I would do is I would pick whoever the modern day Aristotle would be. I would pick that man to teach my children, to be our personal live-in teacher. And on top of that, we do world schooling where we would go to whatever he's teaching, we go to that location and learn on site. Number 6, if I had a plane ticket to anywhere in the world, where would I go? There's a little place in Belize called Placencia. I would go there. We've been there a couple times. It's a cabin right on the beach. You can cut the coconuts down right there. Fresh coconut water. There's a dude named Tyrone who takes care of you. He's an awesome guy. So Tyrone, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. I would go to Belize. Number 7, what is my biggest struggle as a parent? Well, since I'm a police officer, it's working midnights. Every 2 months, I work midnights for 2 months, and that's kind of tough on my family, especially my wife, and I miss out on some parts of their life. So it is working midnights. Number 8, how do I carve out special time with my kids? Well, with my son, it's playing Legos, whatever he's interested in at the time. I always take out special time to read books with my children, so we read stories every night. I try to find them special books that I think they would like. I get them involved in the podcast that we do, so I try to find lines that they can record themselves. Every once in a while, we'll go to a park or we'll go hiking for the day, and I'll take them with me. And sometimes I might just be running a special errand, and I'll ask one child to come with me. Sometimes I'm going to the gym, and I say, Bennett or Charlotte, one of you can come with me, and they spend time with me at the gym, get to see me working out, and I think that's a good example to set. Number 9, what's one interesting fact about myself? Well, I suppose I was an Army Ranger. I was in the 75th Ranger Regiment. I deployed 4 times to Afghanistan and Iraq. I got to jump out of airplanes, fly helicopters, ride in cool vehicles, drive cool vehicles, shoot all the cool weapons. Everything that a boy wants to do, I got to do, and it was pretty cool, to be honest. What's a piece of wisdom I can share with others inside this community? Well, there's been something that I've been thinking about for the last couple years, and it's the verse, "We have not been given a spirit of fear, but one of love, power, and sound judgment." So if you feel like you are feeling overwhelmed in the moment, maybe you're feeling a little bit scared or fearful about something, or there's some stress in your life, remember that. You have not been given a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and sound judgment. Okay. Thanks for having me on. Where can you find me? Well, I have a podcast called the Junior Classics Podcast. It's an audio series where I share traditional, wholesome, and classic stories for kids. I make it educational and fun. I involve my whole family. You can find us at juniorclassicspodcast.com. You can look us up on iTunes. We're on Instagram under Junior Classics. You can find us in all those places. That's it. Again, I am Bradley Hassey, or on the podcast, I'm known as Sir Bradley Hassey, so find me there. All right, guys, have a great day.